Hello again. In our previous video, we defined our nodes file that contains the functions that we're going to use for preprocessing our datasets. And now it's the moment to assemble those node functions into a Kedro pipeline that will run automatically. Now I'm back here to the documentation, and as you can see, there's going to be a pipeline that we want to define in Python. So in the pipeline.py file, I'm going to create this create pipeline function, which is going to contain this call to the pipeline constructor. And I'm going to add two nodes here, one to preprocess the companies and another one to preprocess the shuttles. This is the part that links the datasets we defined in the catalog with the actual functions that we created in the nodes. Let's go to VS Code to do that. Now, if I go back here, remember that I have my nodes.py, and this already contains preprocess companies and preprocess shuttles. And now I'm going to go to pipeline.py to start adding those. The first thing I need is to import them. So I will do from nodes, import preprocess companies and preprocess shuttles. And I will also need the node function here. Now I said that this has two nodes, so let's add them. The first node is going to be here, the second node is going to be here. And now let me start completing these parameters. A node is a mapping between a Python function and some inputs and outputs. So the first thing that I need is to specify that function. So this first node would be corresponding to the preprocessing of the companies. Now the inputs of that node are going to be the companies datasets, and this will produce some output, which is the preprocessed companies. I can optionally add a name for this node. So this is going to be preprocess companies node. Basically the same as the function. Now let's get to the second one. Again, I need to specify what the function is. So preprocess shuttles in this case. The inputs are going to be shuttles, and the outputs are going to be preprocessed shuttles. Now I specify a name for this node, so preprocess shuttles node, and I should be ready to go. This pipeline contains now two nodes, one corresponding to preprocessing the companies and another one to preprocess the shuttles. And it's the moment to run this pipeline and see if it's working. Now I'm going to go back to the terminal. First of all, I'm going to see if this pipeline is correctly registered. So I'm going to do Kedro registry list. And this is going to iterate over the different pipelines that are registered. And it's going to showcase two of them. One is called default, and the other one is called data processing. Kedro defines a default pipeline that is a combination of all the pipelines that are defined. I can tweak this setting, but that will be in another video. For now, let's focus on the data processing pipeline. Now, to actually execute this, I'm going to do Kedro run, and I'm going to specify that the pipeline that I want to run is data processing. And if I didn't make any mistake, then this should load all the datasets, pass them to the different nodes that I created, and finish the execution of the pipeline. Looks like everything worked fine. But now, what actually happened here? The thing is that Kedro was passing these inputs to the nodes, and then it was producing some outputs. But where did these outputs go? Well, by default, Kedro assigns the memory dataset type to all the datasets that were not defined in the catalog. And I haven't defined the preprocessed companies dataset, nor I did for the preprocessed shuttles either. Which means that when I run this pipeline, the functions are going to get executed, but the outputs are going to get discarded. In the next video, I'm going to complete the definition of these intermediate results so that I can actually see them stored in my file system and then continue working with my pipeline.